I married the most popular boy in school, but he was gay, so he gave me 3 rules on our wedding. Don't talk to me, don't touch me, and stay out of my business. But I didn't realize that later. He himself broke each of those rules. At that moment my eyes widened in disbelief, desperately trying to process Michael's cold, hard words, no physical contact, no verbal communication. His exact words were so resolute. Wait, what kind of married life is this? He didn't give me a chance to object. He got up and strode into the bathroom, leaving me standing there stunned, my mind a complete mess. A few minutes later, the bathroom door opened and he lay down on the bed, expressionlessly, snapping off the bedside lamp, and instantly falling asleep. Without a ripple, I lay there stiffly, staring intently at his retreating figure constantly. Is this all a dream? What kind of hell have I fallen into? Countless thoughts battled fiercely in my mind, but exhaustion washed over me like a tidal wave. Reluctantly I turned over, switched off the light on my side, and silently prayed that this unbearable night would end. Quickly the next morning, I woke up groggily in a completely unfamiliar room. It took me a while to realize I was married. Instinctively I turned to look beside me. The pillow was empty. I could only hear the sound of running water from the bathroom. I quickly and quietly slipped out of bed, hurriedly wrapped myself in a robe, and rushed downstairs, frantically starting to prepare breakfast. Golden brown pancakes drizzled with sweet. I thoughtfully poured him a glass of warm milk, and hearing steady footsteps on the stairs, I saw him in a sharp black suit and white shirt. I quickly put on a smile and greeted him. Good morning, but he didn't even lift an eyelid. My smile froze. Instantly embarrassed, I could only try again. Breakfast is ready. Try it and see if it suits your taste. He picked up his briefcase with practiced ease, completely ignoring me, and strode towards the door, coldly tossing out, "Since we've set the rules, you'd better follow them." I stood there dumbfounded, utterly stunned. Was this guy joking? A legally married couple, yet so stingy as to not even say a word to me. What kind of twisted relationship was this? Forcefully suppressing my pent-up grievances, I thought I'd find a chance to talk to him properly. When he got back, that night every second felt like torture. It was dark by the time he appeared, and he still hadn't returned. I'd carefully prepared a dinner, hoping he'd at least deign to come back and eat a bite, but the clock struck midnight, and the door remained deserted. Finally I gave up completely and stopped waiting. Dragging my heavy steps I climbed into bed, turned off the light, and plunged into darkness. Without warning, I suddenly opened my eyes, and was horrified to find Michael staring intently at me. My heart nearly jumped out of my throat. When did he get back? Didn't he make a sound? How come I didn't notice a thing? She remained silent, her lips tightly pressed together, staring back at those eyes in terror, too timid to ask a single question. She hadn't even greeted me or woken me up. Her mind was filled with unsolved mysteries, and she could only turn away angrily, suppressing the simmering rage within her. The next morning, the alarm hadn't gone off and she'd overslept. Again, everything proceeded as usual. She quickly got ready, and rushed to the office to clock in. As soon as she stepped into the office, all her colleagues stared at her like she was an alien. Had the sun risen in the west, Marilyn leaned in with a gossipy, mischievous grin. "Newlyweds, aren't you on your honeymoon?" Nobody expected me to be at my workstation. Instead of holed up at home with Michael, a chorus of teasing and joking erupted. Agatha's eyes were like x-rays, as she frantically searched my neck for any trace of last night's intense encounter. Everyone tacitly agreed to look for some hickeys, or other evidence, but to no avail, leaving them utterly astonished. She couldn't believe Michael, the legendary wild rogue, could be so chivalrous. At least that's how she imagined it. She kept insisting I throw a bachelor party. I hadn't even gone to a nightclub before the wedding, and Agnes chided, "You promised." While pounding the drum I could only sigh helplessly. It seems there's no escaping this ordeal. Even if I have to bite the bullet, I have to beg Michael to let me go. Maybe he'll be in a good mood and agree. Who knows what the outcome will be. After get off work I nervously returned home, my fingers flying across the keyboard, as I texted Janet, telling her I'd be there soon. Sitting there waiting, I suddenly realized I didn't even have my husband's number, and I'd never even asked him. Before I could act I heard the lock turning at the door. The man was back, radiating an aura of chilling, inexplicable dread. Gathering my courage I tried to break the silence again. I'd specially prepared a sumptuous dinner. "Do you need me to heat it up?" he asked. He still treated me like I wasn't there. Striding straight upstairs, "I'm going out with friends tonight," I added. Seeing he ignored me, his tall figure suddenly stopped, slowly turning around, his eyes blazing with fury as